Virgo, to the Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. My name is Ava, and I'm inviting you in for your December 2025 Astro Tarot forecast. A reading relevant to you if your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign is Virgo. So, Virgo, I'm a little tardy, a little late with your forecast. I apologize. And I want to wish you the merriest Christmas, the happiest New Year, the most splendid holidays, no matter what your religion. Thank you for being here. The reason that I am tardy, I might as well tell you, is because I live, I've told you, for those of you who are here for years, I moved to the big island, Hawaii, not Maui. I used to live on Maui. But I live very remote. And for the last 3 days or so, or previous to today, we've had a bout of rain, and I'm off grid. I depend on the sun for all my electricity, and I think I overestimated the capacity of my batteries, and I went a little too low, so I had to spend the entire day, and yesterday it was sunny, to recharge the batteries. Believe it or not, this is life out here, as I say, on the edge of the earth. So it's a beautiful place to be, but it does have its technological drawbacks. All right, with all that said, and I hope you accept my apology, let's get on with your forecast. I follow the transits of 2 planets, Venus and Mars, the yin yang of the solar, of the celestial sphere, all the moving bodies of light above us. Those 2 particular planets help us to focus in on the energy of the month, as they only stay in any sign for a short period. This month, it's unusual because both Venus and Mars are simultaneously transiting the sign of Sagittarius and Capricorn. For you, Virgo, that's your 4th and 5th house. This is so beautiful for the holidays because it's about creativity in the home, being very conscious of the aesthetics of your home, or reviving hobbies, or just getting deeply into any particular hobby of yours. It's also about romance, children, finding your roots, spending on luxuries, making your home comfortable, and bonding with your family and loved ones. It's precisely what the season is all about. And so your heavenly angels are joining you in your home, allowing you to become more loving, creative, and joyous. It's precisely what the season is all about. So the heavens are blessing you with their encouragement, loving encouragement, to make your life so much more beautiful. Virgos are all about the home regardless, for the most part. They absolutely love family and home. But they're also very romantic. And so this will give you the opportunity to indulge your romantic instincts within your home, or this could very well be some kind of family reunion, going back home, which I think many people do during Christmas. And or there's a strong physical passion that needs to be expressed. If not in any romance, then of course with family exchange, commitment, love. Now, the only thing we have to be aware of is that Mars sometimes brings confrontation. This strong passion that you'll be feeling could be expressed in some kind of conflict within the home or conflict within the family. It doesn't need to be, because Venus is right there, diplomatically and guardedly keeping things loving and peaceful, harmonic, joyful. So it's a balance between the two. Yes, perhaps there'll be conflict, but it will be easily resolved. And you'll come to a point of agreement. There's diplomacy, and you're a very expert diplomat. You know that Virgos are often chosen to be in the diplomatic field because they have very large vocabulary, generally speaking, or they have just a way with words. They use language as a diplomatic tool, naturally. So they're chosen to be in that field, or they gravitate towards that field. So there's negotiations, there's diplomacy, there's bringing family together. Maybe previous conflicts had intruded in family harmony, and this will be a wonderful opportunity to right wrongs, to end conflicts, and to celebrate union, family, and harmony. So that is your December 2025 Astro Tarot forecast. Now, if you would like a private, personal reading with me, there's many options that are located in the description box below this video. If you're old-fashioned, then you can just go to my website, and there, that's grandcentralhealing.com, and in the shop you can peruse all my reading options. If you prefer to talk with me over the phone or have a video conference with me, there's a link below for that as well. And I've decided to include for my Patreon members an American Indian medicine wheel forecast, which will give you more spiritual and psychological depth if you feel that there's something else that you want. So that will be another way you can support the channel and these free readings. So, happy holidays, everyone. I'll see you next year. Wait for your tarot forecast coming up now. Namaste. Welcome, Virgo, to your tarot forecast. So that was an extraordinary reading, bringing you so much opportunity for reconciliation of difficulties or conflicts, and for enjoying your home, making it a beautiful place, a welcoming place. As I've said, Virgos are some of the most hospitable people. They know how to make their home available to others, and you are great humanitarians. I just want to say that. And thank goodness that Virgos are here with us. I'm a Pisces. I'm your opposite sign, but I'm very much attracted to Virgos. Their intellect, their emotional depth, and they're just fun. They're very funny and fun people too. So, all right, let's start. Like this, like this. All right. See what is destined for you. The first card represents the overall energy or mood of the month, energetic mood of the month. Here we have the Magician. Let's look at the card. The Magician stands in a garden. See the sunflowers. So he has his feet planted in the abundance of earth. He's pointing one arm up to heaven and one arm down to the earth. He's the conduit between your higher self and your lower self, between your higher self and your ego. And the stream of energy coming down represents creativity. There's something always very magical about creative expression. There's the word abracadabra, where you turn a normal, average, mundane situation into something that is extraordinary and beautiful. It's using all your talents, represented by all the elements on the table in front of the Magician. Using your intellectual, emotional, and material talents combined to create a wonderful experience or a solution to a problem, a healing of a wrong, the pulling a rabbit out of your hat, coming up with something completely unexpected as an answer to a situation. This is foremost. You see, this is the very first card of the major arcana. The Fool is number 0. He represents that state just before the creative process begins. Here, the creative process absolutely has begun. So he represents creativity itself. So by all means, this month, you will be on a very high level of creative expression, as is indicated by your Astro Tarot forecast as well. So that's a beautiful background energy. You can literally create anything you want with your magic wand. The skills and talents that you have as a gifted Virgo, in the position of what will challenge you, we have the Five of Pentacles. Certainly not a, reminds me of a Dickens story about Christmas. And the idea is that these paupers are certainly shown by their body postures, and they're in want, they're in need, they're in despair. But you see, they're looking down at the earth as they are missing what is above them. And above them is a church with 5 pentacles on the stained glass window. Churches represent salvation, aid, help. They can be saved from their situation if they simply stopped looking down and looked up. What this means is that you may be challenged to express some generosity, kindness, humanity towards others, either as a volunteer or some member of your family, your friends. This is the mending of need. There's someone in your midst that may need you. And the way that you might be able to deliver aid is through money, finances, some material aid may be asked of you. Or you may be asking, or your challenge is to find aid and help that exists in your world, in your life. People, institutions that may be able to help. And that's your challenge, is to find that help and to use it. Or, on the other hand, because Mars and Venus are transiting the 5th house, you might be very much tempted to spend, to overspend materially. And so this is the management of your material resources, to be on guard that you don't overspend, that you keep things within the parameter of what is financially reasonable. But you might be also going through financial changes, because 5 is about changes. And those financial changes may be what is challenging you, and challenging your pocketbook, challenging your financial stability. So it's all about you either expressing your generosity or finding help, or making sure that the changes taking place in your material reality are not allowing you to despair or to be disheartened, because help is just right there, somewhere right there. You just need to look, if that's your circumstance. With Mars and Venus in the planet, in the place of the home, it could be some difficulty selling or buying a home. That's because real estate can be an issue with Mars and Venus in the 4th house. So these kinds of things may be your challenge. So now let's see what is in the position of the unexpected. The 6 of Swords. Swords are about the mind. And here we have a healing of the mind. As this depicts 2 refugees who are leaving turmoil behind them, represented by the wavy waters, emotional turmoil. The helmsman is giving them aid to escape the previous difficulties. And ahead of them, the water is absolutely smooth, tranquil, peaceful. They're moving to a new home. They're escaping a bad situation. They're being aided by the helmsman, by someone or circumstances. You are in the process of changing your perhaps physical environment, a new home, a different place that is much more peaceful and promises a future of happiness. Or you are simply moving intellectually away from a difficulty, a situation that was disrupting you mindfully. So there's an escape from mental stress, difficulties. Solutions to problems come unexpectedly, an unexpected escape from problems, whatever they may encompass. So that's wonderful. And we end with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. He represents creativity, adventure, travel, passion. If he is a person, well then he may be representative of the romance that you have either just started or have been involved in. This is an elevation of passion within a romantic connection. He's he's not the knight in shining armor, but he's even more exciting, attractive, and interesting because he has this fire within him, this creative fire within him. He's spontaneous and bold and brave. Or if he doesn't represent someone else in your life like that, then you don those qualities, those desires, those creative impulses race through you. You can express this through your hobbies or your sense of adventure, a sense of wanting to do something that is unfamiliar, being more spontaneous, being more bold, being more out there, letting things just happen without planning. This is pure spontaneity. And this is a beautiful thing for a Virgo that tends to calculate, tends to make moves strategically. So it's some spontaneous, passionate expression that comes, maybe with your children, or a creative project, or just a desire to go someplace exotic and beautiful. So that is your forecast for December 2025. Thank you very much for coming to the reading. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification button, because particularly in my case, living out here, anything can happen. And so thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. And happy holidays. All my love. See you next year. Namaste.